Alright everyone, welcome back again to more Trails of Cold Steel 4. So we can finally start up with some story missions, but before that I ended up getting one more bonding point and I want to use it, so I want to bond with whoever's available, which is Elliot. Afterwards, we'll move on to the story. Let's try this frequency. Beep beep. Listening to the radio, I see. Find any programs you like? Sure have. It looks like the Imperial Chronicle Radio just started up a new show. It's a music program made in conjunction with the Heimdall Orchestra. That's the station in Heimdall, right? The one that broadcasts current events and news programs? I heard they only ran more serious-minded shows, being state-funded and all. I guess this proves me wrong. Yeah, I was thinking just the same. In fact, I hardly even believe it, so I figured I'd check it out for myself. Huh, just like something is up here. Why don't we listen to it together, Elliot? If you don't mind, that is. I'm a little curious about what kind of program this is myself. You're always welcome to sit in with me, Reen. It's just about to start. Do me a favor, though. Try not to get too lost in it, okay? Huh? What's that supposed to mean? Before long, the Imperial Chronicle Radio's music program had begun. This next song is a cover of a classic oldie from a pair of young performers rapidly gaining both eyes and ears in Heimdall. Here's to My Dear in a Far Off Land by Ron and Morris. What's with this song? It's as if my heart's pounding just from listening to it. There it is. I knew it. This renowned piece was covered to inspire bravery among all soldiers marching out to face this coming war. And I just know the late Liana Craig, the amazing performer behind the original, is right at Adios' side, delighted with this tribute to her work. Now our next song is... Hey, Elliot, that song, and the pair performing it. Yeah, that piece was one my mom had originally written, and the ones covering it were Ron and Morris, friends of mine from the Music Academy. We met them during one of our field studies, as I recall. One of them works for the Revolt company now, right? Yeah, Kalinka. She contacted me just the other day, actually. Ron and Morris were expected to join the Imperial Orchestra, but they ended up making their debut as a duo instead. They specialize in martial music, designed to heighten an audience's inclinations toward war. That song incorporates several melodies tailored specifically to induce aggression within its listeners. It's definitely got my heart pumping, but could a song really do that on its own? Then again, considering the spread of the Empire's curse, not to mention your own performances. Well, like I always say, that's the power of music. My mom originally wrote that song with my dad in mind. He was set to head out with the army on one of their campaigns. And now Ron and Morris are. Elliot. I guess they succeeded in a way. I feel more motivated to catch up with them than ever now. We have an announcement to make for all of you loyal listeners out there. Ron and Morris, two of the hottest performers around, are currently on a provincial tour through Le Maire. In fact, they are scheduled to perform an outdoor concert in Raquel later today, so if you're around, we definitely recommend stopping by. Look at that, guess my chance arrived quicker than I expected. Would you mind coming with me, Reen? I have a few thoughts I'd like to share with my friends. Of course, Elliot. I'll help you out whatever way I can. Afterward, Elliot prepared to set out for Raquel. Meanwhile, Reed went with Valmar to pick someone up at Elliot's request. Yeah, you can see it too, the curse. And that's our show. Thank you all for coming. That was a beautiful melody. I could feel my spirits lift with each note I heard. Yeah, I can't wait to crush the Republic. I wonder when I'll get my draft card. I hope it's soon. Hey now. This all feels disturbingly familiar. Our tour's been a great success, wouldn't you say? Yeah, that piece seemed to really speak to them all. Let's do it, Morris. In our next Eastern tour, we should play our own music. Is that really your music? Elliot! And you? What are you doing here, Kalinka? Shouldn't you be in the capital? I would go anywhere for a dear friend. Since everyone's here, why don't we perform something together? We present to you To My Dear in a Far-Off Land. This piece, it sounds like the one we just heard. It's not quite the same, but it feels tranquil somehow. Stop it! They came to listen to our music! No, this isn't your music. This isn't your music at all. Wake up, Ron, Morris. Remember what we learned at the Music Academy? Gah! Well, even if it's the original, we won't be outdone by you two. There's no way we're letting you two get all the good parts. You guys. I hope you all enjoyed the show. Bravo! That last piece was amazing! It fired me up to work harder 100 times more. Thanks, guys. That was quite the performance. Sorry for barging in on you, though. Elliot, how can you smile like that? I mean, we ruined your mom's song, didn't we? And we used it to stir up the war. It rubbed me the wrong way when the two of you started exclusively playing military music last year. But now you make a debut like this. Could it be an order from the army? Yeah, that's right. But it's us that jumped on it. They said, don't you want to be a big success like Elliot Craig? Oh. So they made us play military music. What's so bad about trying to get your foot in the door? You don't understand how it feels to be us. Being a young musician with a successful tour, or carving out a career path in the Revolt Company. We all graduated from the same academy. We'll do anything so we can make our own music. Oh, guys. This is how the curse of the Empire is manifesting. You two haven't changed. When you were in the academy, you loved music and believed in its power. Seems you still hold that faith. I felt that when you played Mom's music. The blood, sweat, and tears you poured into it, and the guilt weighing down your heart. You must have practiced day and night to make it even better. Turning the piece into a militaristic melody really hurt at first, but I was also impressed as a musician. You managed to make it a piece with power. I don't agree with stoking up war, but even I have to be impressed at what you've done using the power of music. That might be the real reason I called Kalinka and butted in like that. Elliot. I just want you both to think about what you really want to do. About what sort of music you want to make, and what message you really want to send. Then, you won't have anything to regret, and you'll be able to play music that really moves people. That's what I've been able to do with Rena in Class 7. Glad to hear you feel that way, Elliot. And you guys were the ones who never change. I thought you came just to break up what we were doing here at first. Of course not. Music is never a crime. But that doesn't mean I'm gonna let up. Not even for a second. I'll keep fighting until this curse stoking the flames of war is broken for good. Elliot. Thank you. I feel like you've opened our eyes a little. There are mountains of work from the army waiting for us when we get back to the capital, but we'll take this opportunity to reconsider our path and work out what it is we really want to do. And we'll pour a lot of thought into how to best pursue our music from now on. No matter what form it ends up taking, we'll embrace it. We're professional musicians, after all. Oh. Sounds perfect. I'll be looking forward to when you have a chance to perform together again. With that, Ron, Morris, and Kalinka returned to Heimdall on the train. Thank you, Reen, for indulging me. Anytime, Elliot. I'm glad to see you sticking to your principles. I'm sure that if you keep investing your all into your music, you'll reach your potential and then some. Well, I only got as far as I have because you've always encouraged me. I've channeled all that we've overcome together to make my music even stronger. And that's why I had the courage to say everything I did to Ron and Morris. Inspiring as always, Elliot. Thanks for everything, Reen. Likewise. That was nice. I like that. And we didn't max out. What the hell? Alright, well that's fine. Let's do this. I'm ready. Alright, head to destination. Our designated meeting point is a buffer airspace above the borders of Erebonia, Calvert, and Liberl. I've already charted a course. Should we depart and rendezvous with the Pantagruel? Yeah, I'm ready. Let's do it. Understood. I'll call everyone together then. Got it. Thanks. Once Class 7 and the rest of the crew had each finished up their remaining affairs, the Merkaba then began to make its way toward the designated meeting point. Merkaba number 8, this is the Pantagruel speaking. Your ship is now permitted to dock. Please follow the beacon. Understood. Initiating automated boarding. Wow, we really are over a 3-way border, if only just barely. The non-intervention zone should span the entire surrounding area, supposedly. Not much chance for interference when you're straddling 3 entire countries, huh? Yeah, plus it's off the invasion route into the Republic. It makes for a pretty effective blind spot. But did we really have to go all the way here just to find out what Mil Mirage is about? They're here. Enter the front runners. Scout ships from the Pantagruel and more from the northeast and south. Northeast and south? Could it be? That makes their origins clear, geographically speaking. But in that case, the ship coming from the east must be a new state-of-the-art military gunship from the Republic, courtesy of the Verne Company. That's right, complete with a higher carrying capacity and an expanded cruising range. So many people from so many different regions gathered together for one purpose. Muse, does this mean that all of these people are...
Indeed, important figures from each one of our neighboring countries. The Kingdom of Liberl, the Principality of Remiferia, and even the Republic of Calvard. And if all goes to plan, we'll have a few special guests from the Bracer Guild and the SSS join us too.
Huh, been about a month, hasn't it? Alright, this is where you escaped from, right, Ash? Wow, this ship is huge. Hey, that's the Bobcat too. It's just like Josette said.
So, you showed up after all.
Brigadier General Bardius, you look well.
As do you, Schwarzer. Despite everything General Le Guin and Miss Clotilda tell me you've been through, Your Highness, Lady Angelica, it's a pleasure to have you back safely with us.
Thank you, Brigadier General. We appreciate it. Who would have thought we'd be meeting here on the Pantagruel at a time like this?
Agreed. Things have taken a real turn since Ordis's last provincial council. What happens here today could very well change the course of history.
Wow, the course of history? Quite the assemblage then. Indeed it is. In fact, some of our guests have already arrived, though many of them are simply here to observe.
Follow me, everyone.
Wow, incredible doesn't even begin to describe this place. Actually, haven't you and Instructor Reen been here before, Allie? It's a bit of a long story, but I shall not reveal the details of his misconduct during that occasion. Reen? Reen, what'd you do? It was a misunderstanding. I'm not entirely convinced. I'm sure he didn't have impure intentions. That's the whole problem. His heart is too pure. As I've told you before, Reen, nobody likes a goody two-shoes. You got that right. Can you guys just not? We've known for a while of your unsociable ways. Yeah, we've already accepted the fact that you're completely clueless about people's feelings, Reen. Reen's got all the luck, though. All the bad luck, I'd say. Yeah, this brings back memories. Reen carried me in his arms once. Oh, right, I forgot about that. Man, there was a lot going on that day. I doubt anyone here that day expected that sort of daring escape from you. Wow, that must have been so cool. Reen, you hound. You really can't judge a book by its cover. Guys like you and Lloyd are really something else. Leave some charm for the rest of us, will ya? Instructor Sarah, Toa, requesting permission to burst into tears. Permission denied. This just means everyone likes you, Reen. You're a lucky man, Reen.
Wow, it looks like the party's already started.
Kinda feels like this meeting was a long time coming, huh?
Oh, Lloyd and, Estelle.
Well, I'll be. Took you guys long enough.
Long time no see, Tita.
Have you grown a few, Reach? Or am I imagining things?
Estelle, Joshua, and...
Hello again, Tita. Remember our promise?
Ren! Oh, you guys. You have no idea how happy I am to see you.
Don't you get me started, too.
So melodramatic. And here I thought you two'd have grown out of this by now.
You're one to talk. I can see you getting a little choked up yourself. Seems like you've been holding up pretty well, Agate.
As if there was any doubt. We're making progress, don't get me wrong. But there's still a lot left to take care of.
All the more reason to stay on top of our game from here on.
Oh, Sarah! You're here, too!
Nice to see you again. It's been too long.
Man, it sure has. What's it been, like 3 years since you were last here in the Empire? Oh yeah, let me introduce you to Fee. Sup?
Fee? Like, the Fee? That petite powerhouse they keep talking about in all the guild branches?
It's a pleasure to meet you, Sylphide. As you can see, we've heard all about the work you've been doing.
You can just call me Fee. I've heard a thing or two about you guys, too. You know, from Agate and Sherazard.
Oh yeah? Trust them to embarrass us like that.
Speaking of Shira, we still don't know where she is, do we?
Not a clue. We know she's still alive, at least. Way I figure, if she was in trouble, she'd contact us with that thing she's got.
Right. It's only been about 2 weeks since we last heard from her.
She left Heimdall altogether just after that, didn't she?
Yeah, I've got all the other Erebony embracers looking out for her too.
Tio! Nice tackle, Kia. Lloyd, Ellie, I'm glad you guys managed to come.
Of course. We wouldn't miss this.
Oh, I can't help myself. Come here, you two.
Ellie, I can't breathe.
Oh, Tio, I'm so relieved to see you're okay. Yona's been worried about you too, you know.
Oh, you don't say. That's cool. But also, I could really use some air.
Hoo-wee! The dynamic duo's getting bigger and bigger by the day.
Good to see you, Randy.
Right back at you, Lloyd.
Now, hold on a moment. You didn't think I'd just let that little comment of yours slide, did you?
Who's the dynamic duo? Me and Tio? I don't think we got any taller.
No, not a... crap. Forget I said anything, alright?
Shame on you, Randy. There are children here.
And we didn't forget about you, Yuna. Kia's been telling us about all you've been up to.
We heard you helped set Tio free. I'm so proud of you.
Well, that was more Class 7 as a whole. It was just part of our mission. As someone who's always looked up to the SSS, it's so great seeing all of you back together again.
What do you mean? You're one of us too, Yuna. Mm-hmm. You're a lot closer to the SSS than you give yourself credit for.
That's right. You carry on the spirit of Crossbell in a way all your own.
I think we're all aware of how much you look up to the SSS. But you know what? It goes both ways. We're just as proud of you too, Yuna. Every one of us.
Thank you.
Well, at the very least, you've gotten a bit more tame since the first day you bucked into the branch campus.
Come on, Randy! Let me have my moment! Oh, right! Elisa! Over here!
Hello, Ellie. How are you? I'm so glad you guys finally got the chance to reunite.
Thank you, Elisa. Allow me to congratulate you on your reunion as well.
Aw, thanks.
I suppose I'd better introduce myself for those of you who don't know me. My name is Reen Schwarzer, graduate of Thor's Military Academy, Class 7. Ellie, Estelle, Joshua. It's a pleasure to meet you.
The pleasure is ours. Elisa's told me quite a bit about you already. Perhaps a bit too much, actually.
Oh, Ellie?
We definitely know you by now, after all the stories we've heard. From Tita's letters and Ren, even Olivier and Toval.
I see. It's no surprise you knew His Highness, but I wasn't aware you knew Toval too.
Yup. We met back on our first trip in Erebonia. He helped us out a bunch. It's good to meet you, Reen. This has definitely been a long time coming. Don't worry. You can loosen up around us. We're the same age, more or less, right?
Got it. I think I'll take you up on that. Looking forward to working with you guys.
Yeah, for sure.
As are we.
Oh,
It's been a while, Lloyd. How have you been?
Busy, to say the least. It's been crazy this past year and a half. I really owe you for your help during Operation Birdcage. I'm sure I'll get the chance to return the favor, though. I get the feeling we're gonna be seeing a lot more of each other. From here on, Reen, we fight on the same side. As equals.
Instructor Reen?
Honestly, I'm not sure I even deserve to shake your hand. I'm sure you've heard about what I've done. The mistake I made.
Reen.
It's my fault that the curse spread throughout not only the Empire, but Crossbell too. It's the same with North Ambria and Jirai as well. Even this awful war with Calvert. I have no idea how I can even begin to apologize.
No, Reen. That's wrong. It's my duty as a detective to look beyond what's on the surface. You want to know what I see? I see that this was all a setup from the very start. Nothing you could have done would have possibly changed the outcome. I see a man who, despite it all, never fell to despair. A man who continues to push back, even at this very moment. Not just for Crossbell, or even Erebonia, but for the world itself and all who reside in it. Within you lies the strength of countless allies, helping you move forward through whatever may come. I'd like the SSS to be a part of that, Reen. To be one of those allies there by your side. Empire or Crossbell, where we're from doesn't matter anymore. Now we're fighting for the world itself. Together.
Lloyd.
This guy, I swear.
Now I understand why you look up to him the way you do.
Yep. Told you he was great.
Wow. How am I supposed to follow up a speech like that? I'll gladly take your words to heart. It's good to have you with us, Lloyd. I'll be honest with you, our situation is looking grim, and it's only going to get worse from here. But that's never stopped us before. With you on board, we'll overcome every barrier in our way.
God damn it, even you too, Reen?
You got it.
Getting over barrier talk? It's rubbing off on you.
That goes for us, too. We Liberlians got your back.
I see you've saved me the trouble of rounding you up.
Principal Le Guin.
Right on time. Is everything ready?
Is she?
General Aurelia Le Guin, commander of the Viceland Army.
Wow. I can tell this lady's a serious badass.
That's an understatement. She's one of the greatest swordmasters of our generation.
Bracers of Liberl. Special Support Section. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Aurelia Le Guin. Well met, all of you. I'd love to chat with each of you individually, of course, but time is of the essence. I suspect our other guests are anxious to get things underway.
What?
I knew it.
Well, if it isn't the Special Support Section, I do believe it's been around 2 years since our paths last crossed. Though it would seem Arios is not with you this time around.
A pleasure to see you again, Your Lordship.
Our apologies. Arios had some pressing matters to attend to, though he did make sure to send his regards.
Is that so? I suppose I expected as much. A man in his position seldom has any time to spare. Princess Elphin, I bring you my greetings and condolences both. We received news of Emperor Eugen's condition, as well as the tragedy that befell Prince Olivert. I can only imagine the pain this must put you through. You have my deepest sympathies.
And you have my sincerest appreciation, Your Lordship. I must admit, I didn't expect to be able to meet with you so soon.
Nor did I. a silver lining in the dark cloud that brought us here. Lady Mildine, allow me to thank you once again for the invitation.
The gratitude is ours, your lordship. It's an honor to receive you.
Ha ha! This is quite an extraordinary crowd we have here. Correct me if I'm wrong, SSS, but it was 2 years ago that we last met as well, was it not?
Yes, back at the trade conference.
It's good to see you again, sir.
Princess Alphen, Lady Mildine, I don't believe I've ever formally had the pleasure. Though I suppose in a way we aren't entirely unfamiliar with each other. I had the privilege of meeting your brother, you see, back during the conference.
Ah, yes, he mentioned you before. Pleased to finally make your acquaintance. Knowing you're here helps put into perspective the true scale of Operation Meal Mirage.
It's an honor to have you. We do appreciate you taking the time to come. After all, I'm sure you, of all people, have been particularly busy of late, President Rocksmith.
What?
No way!
So that's how this is gonna go.
I don't even know how to react.
How silly of us. I didn't realize we had neglected to make our introductions.
In that case, allow me to go first. I am Albert von Bartolomeus, Grand Prince of the Principality of Remiferia. It's a pleasure to meet you, students and alumni of Thor's Military Academy.
And I'm Samuel Rocksmith, President of the Republic of Calvard. I'm sure I'm the last person you would expect to see here.
Prince Albert is one thing, but President Rocksmith?
Indeed. And in person, no less. What's the President of Calvard doing here? We're on the verge of war.
That is exactly why I chose to attend, Machius Regnitz. Ah, and you must be the acting Duke Alberea. And, you're Fille Clausel, correct?
Let me guess. She told you.
As I suspected, you work for Calvard's Central Intelligence Department.
That's right. I'm a second lieutenant in the CID, as well as a member of the Special Force Hercules. Thanks for your help before, by the way.
I'm Lucy Sayland, Private Secretary to the Grand Prince. For those of you we met before, it's a pleasure to see you again.
Now I understand. You were investigating Erebonia's internal affairs to prepare for today's meeting.
Wait, back up a sec. If the heads of Remiferia and Calvard are here, then...
There's only one more big nation we're missing.
It would seem they've arrived.
They made it.
Oh, you have got to be shitting me.
Liberl has just as much a stake in this as anyone else, after all.
Oh!
It's the Princess of Liberl. And beside her...
Man, today's just full of surprises, isn't it?
Sorry for the delay. I have to say, this is the most luxurious ship I've ever seen.
Thank you once again for inviting us. My name is Claudia von Auslies. I will be participating on behalf of Queen Alicia II of Liberl. Delighted to make your acquaintance, everyone.
Cassius Bright, Lieutenant General of the Royal Army of Liberl. Unfortunately, we don't really have time for pleasantries. How about we get straight down to business?
feels more like a summit than an informal meeting of concerned parties. Yeah, but Eustace and Angelica must have known this was coming, right? Yes, Muse planned to include representatives from powers outside Erebonia right from the beginning. Though we had no idea who exactly would be invited or in attendance. Turns out Operation Mille Mirage has many influential backers. And the Lieutenant General of Liberl is among them. I know, I didn't think I'd be seeing Cassius Bright again. He's from Trails in the Sky. Also the father of Estelle. The tactical genius who stopped the Empire's invasion during the 100 Days War. After the war, he left the army and worked as a bracer for a while. He and my father were good friends. I think I remember something involving him around 4 years ago. Right when multiple Erebonian branches of the guild were blown up. When the anomaly started in Liberl, he rejoined the army. And now he's having a friendly chit-chat with the president of Calvard, whose country is about to get invaded by Erebonia. That Muse is an excellent matchmaker. She even reached out to Remeferia. Wow. Remeferia is in a similar situation as Liberl right now. The Empire is pressuring both of them to allow the army safe passage through. Neither are particularly willing to do so, but they fear retaliation should they decline. Refusal could be construed as siding with Calvard. Small nations can't afford to be assertive against the overwhelming power of the belligerent Erebonia. Yeah, that'll probably be the main topic of discussion today, I think. While those nations can't openly oppose the Empire, we, along with bracers in the Special Support section, are more free to take action. This is a good opportunity to speak with the other parties involved. Not just Liberl and Crossbell, but Remeferia and even Calvard too. Indeed, there is no better time for us to exchange information. It's also the ideal time to speak one's mind freely. After discussions have concluded, I'd like to speak with the Grand Prince and the President myself. You've got guts, I'll give you that, though I wouldn't mind exchanging a few words with them either. And I'd like to start with Ellie if there's time. And Crown Princess Claudia too. Seriously? Well, I guess this is your best shot at getting close to her. By the way, Ash, don't you and Joshua go way back? Look, that ain't confirmed and I don't really remember him. Still, you two might want to talk and clear things up. Yeah, that's what this thing's all about, isn't it? It's gonna be a dinner after the main talks. We can talk about more personal stuff then. The principal invited us here, so there's no point in acting like wallflowers. Yes, let's make the most of it. I should go around and talk to the attendees myself. I definitely want to check in with those from Liberl and Crossbell. Might as well talk to the representatives from Calvard and Remeferia too while I'm at it. Okay. Well, holy crap, guys. We had ourselves a grand reunion of the multiple game franchises that finally tied us together. But if anything else, guys, I'm kind of running out of time and I kind of have to end it here for today. But if anything else, guys, we will continue on in the next one. So I want to thank you all for watching. And if anything else, I'll see you all in the next one. Thank you again.